What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I have a top 5 features of my one iPhone 8 Plus that I do not like. So I have a little list right here that I made. Let me zoom in so you guys can see it, sort of. So the top 5 features that I do not like of my iPhone 8 Plus is the price. So this phone retailed for $799. I got it straight from the Apple store. It was $850 after taxes and everything. So that price to me, it seems pretty high in 2017 when you have phones like the OnePlus 5, the Moto Z2 Play, you know, all these mid-range phones that have amazing specs and basically do everything that this phone can do. But you're basically paying $850 for the brand. This isn't even the iPhone 8 Plus with 128 storage, or 256 I mean. This is the normal base model iPhone 8 Plus, just the black version, that was it. So price to me is outrageous at $850. People shouldn't be paying more than $550 for a smartphone in today's world. So that's my first issue with it. My second issue is no expandable storage. So this phone comes with 64 gigs, but you're basically left off with around... You're basically left at 64. They give you like 59 or something like that available for the OS and stuff like that. I've used up around 20 gigs or 15 or 16 around there, but that's just because I'm a light user. I don't really download that many apps or take that much video. I'm usually just I mean, I have 3 pages full of apps, but they're not like super high filled games like Kingdom Rush, the small games, small like little indie games. But still, 64 gigs can probably go away for someone that records 4K video, stores all their movies on here on the go so they can just watch them. This will probably get filled up in around a month or 2 if that's what they were into. But because I don't really do that stuff, so my phone stays 64 gigs is fine for me. But I'm just saying, I wish I had more as a base, like 128, and then be the next model 256 would be an amazing starting point. And plus you can't expand the storage on it, so you're stuck with 64 gigs, and if you run out, well, you better start paying for the cloud, and then or just buy a new phone with more memory, which is not doesn't seem like a practical option to do. My next issue with the phone is the size. So this is my hand compared to the phone. Here, let me zoom out. This is my hand compared to the phone, and I don't know, I guess I can grip the phone fully. I mean, I have this unicorn beetle case on it, so maybe that's why I can't grip it all the way. But I mean, if you're not rocking a case on it and it drops, we'll get into that into the next issue I have with the phone. But you just, like, all the way over here, you're trying to reach the top of the screen, you kind of got to do that little hand shimmy so that you can reach all the way to the top. But mostly, like, one-handed use, you're probably going to want to use the iPhone 8, not the Plus versions. Let me just show you, compare it with my other phones. I'll show you guys. Now, look at this. This is the LG G6. Let me put the screens together. So, bigger screen, smaller footprint. Look at that. Even with the case on, you can clearly tell there's a big difference. Like, there's still a whole another row, chin over here. These bezels are huge on the iPhone 8 Plus models. This it's the same thing, but it's a wider phone. But you can obviously tell that the iPhone 8 Plus just swallows the G6 up. And the G6 is easier in the hand, to feel in the hand. And it has a bigger screen, so they're putting more screen into a smaller form factor, which you could argue about the iPhone X, but that thing costs $1,000. And that's a pretty crazy amount. Let me just show you guys with my G6, my OnePlus 5. About a smaller screen, or just about the same size screen, but again, smaller form factors, easier to hold, better grip. So all those phones aside. Next issue that I have is customization. On iOS, I mean, this has basically been the layout for over 10 years at this point. Like, you have your you have your home screen, and you have all your apps on it. No, we can make folders and stuff like that, but you can't do like an app drawer in Android where you can hide them and just put your most used apps. So you basically have everything out there. So you can have up to how many ever rows you use, but it's just the same exact thing with some tweaks. I mean, iOS has been getting a little better. You got these notifications, but look at all these notifications that I don't really care. I have to disable the news app because those aren't really notifications. Like, it's not clustered into one. The news app shouldn't be flooding my notifications. Then you have this thing where like you pull down and then you can swipe and you have your little widgets and stuff like that. Like you can see your calendar. Siri suggests some apps. You can see some news, the weather, maps, the stocks, and you can see like tips and your batteries. Like, if you have your Apple Watch connected, you can see your Apple Watch. You can see your your Beats or whatever other headphones you have that are like from Apple, your AirPods and stuff like that. But I'm just saying, like, customization is not that much. Like, this is your control center, which is a pretty good feature, but it's very limited, unlike Android where you can have like a dozen different things on the bottom and you can customize it on the everywhere. Like, you the most you can change here is the wallpaper. You can't change the app sizes, the way these apps go. If I want this app over here on the bottom, over here, no, you get it right here because this is the standard layout. So 4 by, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4 by 6, I think, because I don't think they let you put another 2 apps. But it's the same layout. Like, this is iOS. I'm not saying this is a bad thing about iOS. Well, it kind of is a bad thing because I don't really like it. But this is another little issue that I have with it. So design. Here, let me take off this case so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Design. This design has been around since the iPhone 6 Plus. So at that point, it's been 6, 6S, 7, 8. So this is the fourth year. The fourth year of the same design being used by Apple, and it's starting to get kind of old. Hopefully with the next year's model, we'll see a dramatic change. But this is it. If you hold the iPhone 6 Plus to it, the only thing that is going to be different is the color. And I mean, look at these bezels. Look at that. Top, bottom. The bottom isn't that bad because you have to use it for your home screen, but the top part, it's kind of big. These chins are huge. Thinness, they're getting thinner each year, but no headphone jack. So I mean, what can you say? They keep taking things away. Pretty soon we're just gonna have to. We're just gonna have a brick in our hands. They're gonna want us to make calls with our brick, but it's thin, and I guess that's what they're going for. This glass design in the back is, I mean, it's okay, but any little scratch or any little touch, I was touching it like this a little bit, and I already like made a little dent on the screen. I don't know if you guys can see it. Which one is it? See, it's that one right there. I was just tapping the back of the thing, and since it's all glass, I guess my tap was too strong. I was like Superman, and it broke through the glass, and I was like, what? I was just going like this, barely tapping it. So design-wise, glass, I mean, you drop this thing, all of it's gonna crack. Like I said, I already replaced the screen once because it dropped from around 2 feet, and then it just the whole screen like went and shattered. I got a hairline crack. So it's not that durable. This, I don't even know what glass they're using. I'm pretty sure it's not Gorilla Glass 5, because this thing is not that durable. And just design wise, it's not innovative anymore. This is the same design as the iPhone 6 Plus, and like I said, that phone came out like 4 years ago, and we're still getting the same thing. 4 years ago, what was that? The Galaxy S5 or the S6, I think that's when those were coming out, and they've come a long way from the Galaxy S5 Samsung. They're doing the infinity display, which is pretty innovative and stuff like that. And Apple has just stuck to the same design for so long that it's starting to get really tiring. Hopefully next year we'll see a new design. So these were just like 5 little things that bother me about the iPhone 8 Plus. I'm not completely bashing it. I'm not saying it's a bad phone. There's some things that I do like it. I'm gonna make a top 5 features that I do like of the iPhone 8 Plus. And I mean, if you got the money and you have a whole bunch of Apple products, I mean, you probably already have an Apple phone or an iPhone 8 or whatever, then I would recommend it, if because the ecosystem is pretty good. Like, you connect your Mac to it, and you connect your iPad, and you connect your Apple Watch, and everything like syncs through. Files from your Mac can be transferred to your files from your iPhone can be transferred to your Mac in like one button, and then it's there. You can connect. I don't know. It's just a nice ecosystem that has been it's closely knit together so that everything works together. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This top 5 features that I dislike of my iPhone 8 Plus. I'll see you guys in the next one. If you guys have any suggestions, please let me know down in the comments below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.